Let's go ahead and have a look at what the brand details within VirtusNova are all about. First off, we need to make sure that we actually have a brand set up. To do so, navigate to the top menu over here and click on Add Brand, or select the one which you have already set up and then navigate to your brand over here on the left-hand side. Note that the brand details is something you set up once, and maybe every month or two you can go ahead and update it, but know very well that this is something that you can save once and don't need to worry about after. Let's go ahead and create a brand. We add a brand over here and enter the business name. In our example, we will be creating a pizza store. Note that over here, you don't necessarily need to be adding your actual business type. So in Germany, that would be an UG, a GmbH, or something along those lines. This is really now where marketing lingo comes into play. So use the marketing business name that people recognize you as and enter it over here. Now let's go ahead and choose a business category. And this is one additional very crucial step along the way, because depending on which business category you've set up, later down the line in the post-creation flow, which you'll get to know soon, you will actually get business category specific post categories that you can post it out, which of course varies by miles, with the example of a restaurant as a brand, or if you were a real estate agent. Of course, you don't want to be posting about dishes if you're a real estate agent. So make sure that, long story short, you choose the business category which is closest to you to really make the most out of VirtusNova. In my case, I'll go ahead and select the food and beverage and click on restaurant. Now, let's go ahead and look at the business location. Now, the business location itself is not necessarily mandatory, especially not mandatory if you're an online business and you don't necessarily have a physical location that your customers can come to. If you have a physical location, it is almost mandatory to enter it here so that we can include that within generated ideas and generally also the generated captions, because that is literally the call to action that you want your customers to understand. In our case, this would be the store of our pizzeria. So let's go ahead and choose one in Berlin. I'll just enter an example postal code over here and the street name, also an example over here, and be done with that. Now let's go ahead and select an idea and post language, which is pretty self-explanatory. My marketing language is going to be English, so I'm going to be selecting that. Now let's move on with the audiences. Defining an audience is almost as important actually defining the correct business category. Here, VirtusNova uses this in order to understand who you're actually trying to target. So look at the people that are within your restaurant. Look at the people who are purchasing your product or services that you're mainly in touch with and describe them. Describe them here by giving them an overall audience group name so that you are able to recognize them later down the line. It is very important that you understand that you have different audiences also looking at your content on social media. So you don't only want to have your potential customers in here that actually purchase goods from you, but maybe even potential hires that you're looking to attract and position yourself as an attractive company on social media. Alternatively, you would also want to have potential business partners in here, etc. And very important, if you have a whole variety of goods, these goods will have different audiences. So you want to make sure that you set up the audiences correctly here, starting with a group name, defining the rough age, gender, and then target location. Target location, let me spend a minute on that, on explaining what it does. So effectively, if we are a restaurant and we are in Berlin, then we don't want to be attracting customers to a non-existent location in Munich, right? So we want to be focusing on people who actually live in Berlin and create content for people who live in Berlin. So I would go ahead and here, now as an example, just create a staff member audience that is anywhere from 18 to maybe around 30 or something like that. Gender doesn't really matter. Target location would, of course, be Berlin because they would need to commute to my business. And interests would generally be Italian food, as an example. So Italian food, pizza, customer care, of course, a big one. Then also sports, social activities, etc. So you can really go above and beyond with this. Just make sure that you do spread this a bit, as in the interest. So don't only say customer care if you're looking for potential staff members, but actually think about, hey, what are you looking at when you're looking for new staff? Or what do you think are the interests of people who actually come to your business? Now, once we're done with this, we want to go ahead and create the audience. We can always come back and edit it. Typically, I would suggest to at least have staff members, to have potential business partners, or in our case, people who supply us with groceries, as well as maybe 3 to 4 audience groups. At the end here, another crucial final step is adding additional information. This would typically be content that you already have, such as the information that you have on your business landing page, so website. Or in our case, it would be about what kind of products do I sell? What makes me unique as a business? And why do people come to my store specifically opposed to my competition? And at the end of it all, you click on next and then land in the media library, which is going to be a separate video, but effectively make sure that if you do and make any changes, that you always come to the end here and click on next, which saves all of this data which we just updated or input.